These Lions games are coming thick and fast, aren't they? It's relentless. And it will be 3 more games to go until the test match on the 19th of July. And the latest team has been named for this Saturday against the Waratahs. And let's have a look and a delve into it then. It's thrown up some really interesting stories and potential combinations bubbling. Look at the mobility of that back row. Henry Pollock wearing 6 to add to the 7 and the 8 that he's already worn on tour. Does that make this a little bit of an audition for a back row spot on the bench, perhaps, if he can demonstrate that he can play at the highest level in a 6 shirt, a 7 shirt and an 8 shirt? That remains to be seen. Tyke Burns skippering from second row. Big performance needed from him. In the back line is where the really interesting stuff is. Andy Farrell starting to go for those tried and tested combinations. 9-10 from Saints, 12-13 from Glasgow Warriors and Scotland. And yeah, you've got both of the new guys. Well, I say new guys. They've always been in the squad, but they haven't played a minute of rugby yet. Both Hugo Keenan and Blair Kinghorn are in the starting 15. Keenan at 15, and it's Blair Winghorn, where he played for Toulouse at the weekend, and he's playing there for the Lions. And when I was picking my Lions team, you know, before the squad was announced, when I was going through kind of who I'd have in my squad and who I would pick, I kept coming back to Blair Kinghorn on the wing. I just think he's so good. It's hard to ignore. That said, Tommy Freeman's been absolutely outstanding. James Lowe, I think's close to a shoo-in in the test match. His left boot, just the classy player that he is, knows Andy Farrell's way of playing inside out. So I could see Blair Kinghorn being a right wing, but then Mac Hansen, who's there, has been great as well, and Tommy Freeman as well. So I'd say that 14 jersey is wide open. Most likely is either Keenan or Kinghorn will be in the starting 15 for a test. And that is a shootout. The obvious thing to think is that Kinghorn would be a great number 23, particularly with Elliot Daly being out. But if Kinghorn starts, I don't think Keenan makes the 23. So I'd personally have them both in the squad. And also, test matches do get a lot tighter. And especially a first test, I can see Keenan starting. He makes so few errors. He's such a high-class player that I would probably start Kinghorn either on the right wing or number 23. They're both amazing. But that said, they haven't played a minute yet. Let's see how they go. I would imagine Keenan starts this one, Kinghorn starts the next one next Wednesday, and then one of them will start next Saturday as well. And that is a reason, by the way, why the Lions did not need fullback cover, because both of these guys need to get some game time there. So I don't think there would be space for a Blair Murray or Jamie Osborne to play at fullback. So I think that alone kind of vindicates the fact that it wasn't a like-for-like replacement for Elliot Daly. That was needed. You can go and see my thoughts on the Owen Farrell call-up in the video that I posted earlier today. As I say, interesting to see. What do you reckon he's going to do with the centre partnerships? And look at the halfback as well. Is this a move towards tried and tested from Andy Farrell? He's done the experimentation with Tuipulotu and Ringrose, with Aki and Tuipulotu. Is this now going to the tried and tested formulas that he knows has worked before? I still think there's a chance that Gary Ringrose and Tuipulotu are the centre partnerships, especially because, yeah, you might not have the cohesion between the two of them. They're both really good players, but you have the cohesion between Finn Russell and Sione Tuipulotu. And 10-12, you could argue, is maybe even more important than the 12-13. Especially if Gary Ringrose is 13 and Keenan and Lowe are in the back three, then you've got a little bit of cohesion between a few of the players across the back line. As for the forwards then, let's jump there. There they go. Does that not look like a third choice front row to you? Looks that way to me. Schoeman, Cowan-Dickey, Beelum. Look, the tight head prop slot is wide open, but Beelum was a late call up to the tour. So just on that alone, you'd say that Stewart and Furlong are ahead of him in the pecking order. I'm making a leap, but it looks to me like a third choice front row, and on the bench, a first choice front row. Thoughts? Let me know. First time Andy Farrell's had a 6-2 split as well. But look at the back row. That's the big story out of this pack. Henry Pollock wearing 6. He's also worn 7, and he's also worn 8 on this tour already. Do you read anything into that? Is this a bit of an audition for Henry Pollock for a bench spot in the test match squad if he can demonstrate that he can play at a high level at 6, 7 and 8. And he has genuine versatility there. Jack Morgan has that kind of versatility, and that could get him in the squad. Tom Curry has that kind of versatility, and that could get him in the squad. I mean, you could argue Ben Earl has that kind of versatility. So there's something going on here where Andy Farrell, again, what's that, four games, and he's gone 3 times for 2 sevens on the flanks. There's something bubbling here. Only once has he gone for like a second row hybrid type player in the back row, and that was Tyg Burn. I wonder if there might be different approaches for different games. I mean, look at the first test in Brisbane. It's going to be Ben O'Keefe refereeing. When Ben O'Keefe refereed not so long ago, I can't remember which games it was now. Anyway, when he refereed, was it the Force? Yeah. Then they got pinged off the park, and they were not good at kind of managing the referee. And he didn't let anything go at the breakdown. And I wonder if, therefore, they won't go for the sevens and they'll go for the big bopper like Tyg Burn on the flank. Maybe in test 2 and 3, when it's a Northern Hemisphere ref, they'll go for the double sevens and really have a go at the breakdown and go for the mobility. But I just think it's quite interesting that out of all the games so far, he's persisting with this really mobile back row. That said, look at the bench, 2 locks on it. In the first time, he's had a 6-2 split. And that, that might push Burn to the back row for a little bit of a change of direction. It's fascinating to work out what he's doing. The one deduction I have made fairly confidently now, Marcus Smith is not going, barring injury, Marcus Smith is not going to make it into a Test match 23. If he was going to, he would have started a game at fly half by now. If he was going to be a genuine option as the fly half cover on the bench in a Test match, he would have probably started this game at fly half. He's still on the bench. So I would say that puts Marcus Smith basically as third choice 10 and third choice fullback. Midweek dirt tracker. No shame in that. Great player. But not going to be involved in the test matches. Yeah. Interesting. Let's see how they go. Fascinating to see Hugo Pollock in action again. The Saints halfbacks, that they could be the halfbacks on the bench, Mitchell and Smith. So much up for grabs. I love that. We're 2 weeks on Saturday away from the first test. Particularly centre, particularly back row, haven't got a clue the way Andy Farrell is going. And, well, I guess that means it's all to play for. And that's all any player can ask. Let's see how they go. I'll see you on the next one.